Here's what the angel says. And if you don't trust an angel, who are you going to trust, right? I mean, Luke 2, 10 and 11. I bring you good news, there's the preaching of the gospel, of great joy that will be for all the people. For unto you is born this day in the city of David a Savior who is Christ the Lord. Let's unpack that. The angel says, you, this is personal. You and me, we get good news. This is the gospel. Good news. Right? Atheism, deism, pantheism, panentheism, theism, not good news. Jesus, good news. Good news for you, for me, for us, and for who? All the people. This is where we get missions, church planting, world evangelization, why we do the Acts 29 church planting network. We're planting over 2 churches a week in that network, just in the U.S. We're planting all over the world. Why? It's for all the people. All the people need to hear a Savior's come. And He's for them. He loves them. I bring you good news of great joy for all the people. Where is this good news? Well, it's in Jesus. For unto you is born this day in the city of David. And these 3 titles don't come together anywhere else in the New Testament. Savior, Christ, and Lord. Savior, He's the hero. He's the deliverer. He's the rescuer. It's God in Satan. It's God in sinners. It's creator, creation. And we are part of creation. We have aligned with Satan. We are sinners and rebels, and we have a Savior come for us. He's going to take away our sin. He does that through the cross. He gives us new life. That happens because of His resurrection. He's the Savior, and He's Christ. He's the anointed one. He's the chosen one. He's the special one, and He's Lord. He's over all religions. He's over all nations. He's over all genders. He's over all peoples. And He says, this is good news, and it's happened in the city of David. Now, David was a king. King David. Like Jesus, he started humbly as a shepherd boy. Jesus started humbly as a carpenter. And he grew to be a great king, like Jesus grew to be a great king. And what happened is that David was anointed king before he was appointed king. That David was the king, but there was still a great battle. There was a fight for the throne. And so prior to his appointment on the throne, he was king, but he was not yet ruling and reigning from the throne. And so during that season, he was collecting faithful followers, members of his kingdom, preparing for his inauguration as visible king. Jesus is just like that. Jesus is anointed king. And right now there's a great battle between Satan and demons and the kingdoms of this world and the prince of the power of the air and Jesus. And Jesus is the king. And He is gathering faithful subjects. He's saving men and women from sin and death and Satan. We call that the church. There's a few billion of us on the earth right now. And one day He will assume the throne. He will return to establish His forever kingdom, where Satan, sin, death are no more. And so Jesus is coming like David came. And we are citizens of His kingdom here in the midst of this horrendous battle on the earth. And what we think of this man Jesus determines how we live and suffer and die. It is good news. It does cause great joy. We want to get this out to you and to all people, that Jesus is like David, anointed king, coming again one day to be appointed king. He's the Savior. He's the Christ. He's the Lord.